Hello everybody, welcome back to Monster Hunter World, and like I said last time, we are in fact going after Kulve Tarroth, this time with Glasgow. This was not our first run, I think this was our second, maybe third run, I don't remember. He only had basically one day to get this going because of real life. So we made the most of it. I think we fought him like 6-7 times. But I apparently chose this one because I don't know why I chose this one, but I remember I chose it for a reason. So anyway, this will detail the entirety of the fight from start to finish. I think this has phases 1 through 4. There's 4 phases if you did not know. It is usually tackled by 16 people. Of course, it's not available anymore, so if you're watching this after the fact, that must suck for you. But you might notice how I'm not doing anything with the cannons. I really should have been. I learned this later. Instead, I opt to just kind of go around like Spider-Man and just kind of trying to hit it in the head. For those who don't know or did not know, you had to hit Kulve Tarroth in the head to finish the thing. If you didn't hit it in the head, you were basically trying for loot, essentially. The way it worked. The head's the prize. You break the horns, the fight ends. We all know that much. I just said it. Well, if you break everything else, the more you break, the more, the more stuff you get afterwards. And that was not optimal, but hey, you know what? It works. Yeah, that's basically how it worked. This is not optimal for a number of reasons. He's not vulnerable. And so we do, like, piddly nuts damage. And, if I'd actually stayed on top of him with the mount, it would have become enraged. But hey, you know what? This was a learning experience. I didn't know that at the time. He sure didn't know that at the time. So hey, knocked it down. That's all that matters, right? So yeah, if you break for example, the left foot or the right flank or the left flank, I don't know. There's the tons of them. Okay, maybe not tons. There's like dozens of them, maybe. You break that and you get an extra bit of loot. It says, I think reward level went up or something like that. The more stuff you break. So it's essentially a balancing act of how much do you want to, try and break versus how much do you want to try and just end it by hitting in the head? I almost always said, I'm going to try hit it in the head. Okay, no, I didn't. But a lot of times I tried in the later halves. Okay, so those who don't know, how do I get it to be, vulnerable, Barok? You said it was not vulnerable yet. Does it change? Yes, it does. Now, I don't know who mechanics exactly you think I would, considering I've played this quite a few times. I think you want to collect all these little... Well, I just passed like 2 or 3 of them, and I've passed one right there. You really want to pick all those up. Why? It gives you, one, I think it gives you more time to complete this. 2, it ups your... I think it ups your other stuff, so that means you might be more likely to break stuff. Like a part breakability eventually when your thing gets high enough, it'll go up from low to high, so that would obviously help in some matters. Basically, you want to pick up all those, because it assumes you have 16 people all picking it up. So in theory, with 16 people, you could complete this in one go-around. With 2 people, though, I have never seen that. The closest I have seen to that happening is I think we got to stage 4 once, and that was with the Conceived Sorrow. And we did every single thing right. Every single thing right. I still have no idea how he managed that, but that's cool. He did it when he was quite vulnerable, too. That was kudos. I was just lost. Don't mind me. I'm contributing a little bit. I got 1 true charge crit. That's contributing, right? Yay. Anyway. The way you want to do that is, I think you have to use fire and hit her in the chest. I don't think you have to use fire, but I think fire's more effective for doing that. I think you have to hit her in the chest, though. And that's how you get her vulnerable. Or, the alternative is, if you mount her, she gets infuriated, but going, get off of me, you bow-dag it, and then there you are. But, obviously, that kind of fell through last time. I was trying to hit the bottom of the horn there, if you could tell. I was just not high enough. Urgh. But yeah, it's very tempting as a greatsword user to just go, screw it, dude, I'm just going to true charge the piss out of her. Because you can, pretty much. You can just true charge, true charge, true charge. And you can get a couple hundred damage in every time you do it. But you're not probably helping the most ever in the world. Also, you can get pushed, and all kinds of shenanigans can happen, where she pushes you so far that you're actually not near her anymore, and it can be one of the most frustrating things in the world for a greatsword, let me tell you. But the first phase, as you can see, we're pretty much trying to lure her into the way of the cannons. Well, Glasgow's manning the cannons. I'm just kind of running around like a jackass. But I'm hitting the horns. I'm doing my job, kind of, almost. Right? See? Yeah. I was like, well, maybe I can get over here and, like, jump or something, because I don't do things the smart way. I'd go right at the problem and swing at it. That's what I do. To be fair, though, it actually kind of works. It works a lot better if the full mount goes off, because, like I said, when you mount the thing, you pretty much always infuriate her, so she gets really vulnerable. But this is our first day with the thing, so yeah. It's not like I knew it. I didn't know it. Only reason I did that was because, like, well, maybe I could just hit the horn and I can knock her down. That's basically the whole reason I tried to mount her, is because I could knock her down. Also, as I said, it's extremely important to get those footprints if this event ever comes around again. I don't know why I'm telling you, like, in present tense, because the event's not a thing anymore, but it was. For about a week. I don't remember exactly how long. And for some reason, I'm just, like, not paying attention to the thing, even though I really should have been, because I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do anything anyway. Guess I'll just start loading up. Right? Yeah, I'll just load this thing up. That'll help. I was like, well, I don't think he's going to get there in time. Let's just try and fire this thing. I tried to do something. For once. Now we're going into phase 2. Where things can kind of get dangerous. She's not really dangerous in Phase 1. She just kind of ignores you for the most part. Phase 2, though, you've got her attention. And I'm just going to tell you, this is probably not going to be the best greatsword footage you'll ever see. You'll get that later, but yes, it's not probably going to be all that good. Because I got very aggressive. Because I thought, oh, dude, I can just land true charge after true charge after true charge. You can. But you gotta be very careful and watch what she's doing when you do it. Well, that kind of worked, but yeah, you see how big she is? Good lord, man. As a greatsword user, it is imperative here. Imperative that you watch what she does and react accordingly. Don't just try and tackle through everything. You'll notice what I'm doing right now. Don't do that. I learned this the hard way. Conceived Sorrow can attest to this, personally. The only way you're going to get used to her flopping around and her motions, you just got to fight her a lot. Eventually, I got to the point where I knew exactly how to run away and not get hit. That day is not today, however, but as you can tell. But that's what we're here for, to watch me fail. Also, don't stand in that shit. I did it once or twice. It doesn't feel good. Here we come with another. This might actually work. Yeah. Albeit I don't really think I got much done with that, but it did kind of work. For the record, you can break the back here. That's what I'm trying to do. I just don't think I'm close enough. Oh, she moved closer. It's okay. Also, this little ledge here is your best friend ever. You might also notice Glasgow hanging around up on those things. At this point, I don't think I'd even realize that those were a thing, but they are totally a thing, and you should take advantage of it. This is also a fantastic advantage right here. Well, assuming she didn't turn her head, but it would have been. Not my best idea to go after that one. Tackle! Jesus Christ. Don't even ask me how that worked. I don't think it should have, but I managed to make it do so. I've also tackled through this before. I don't recommend trying to do it, but you can do it. If you do, more often than not, you're not anywhere you can take advantage of it. So you really just should try and run away and get around her so you can think ahead more than a step. This is not a good place to be. I knew it before it happened. I knew it. This, I guess, is the result of me fighting this thing for 50 hours after this fight. But I know everything I did wrong now. Move! Okay, well, at least I got that one right. But you see, I'm just going for straight damage. I'm not even hardly trying for the head. Because there's no way to really hit the head. Unless I go up on the things which I didn't realize existed. That Glasgow is hanging around the bugs up there. That's the only way you can really hit the head in this fight with the greatsword. Get ready to tackle. Hey, you didn't tackle, man. I told you to tackle. Also, fun fact, I think I mentioned this before, but that's one of the attacks I was talking about when I said Kulve Tarroth puts a big lake of fire on the ground. If you have a fire mantle, it does jack all damage, so by all means. I wouldn't recommend sitting in it, You could with the fire mantle, but I wouldn't recommend it. It still hurts. It just, instead of outright killing you inside of 15 and inside of 5 seconds, it might kill you inside of 20 seconds. It still hurts like a bitch, but you can survive it if you have a potion, basically, is what I'm saying. Remember to bring your cool drinks as well. The third phase is probably the easiest phase. The fourth phase is hell incarnate for greatsword users. I'll just tell you that right now. At least for me. But then again, I don't look at the ceiling. Do you look at the ceiling a lot? I guess I'm gonna guess. You say, hey, I got a Mr. Conceived Sorrow on my PlayStation. I'm guessing you don't look at the ceiling a lot. Because I sure don't. Well, in the fourth thing, you will. Also in the third one, you kind of do. If you see, you notice those things up there? Yeah, I'm putting the two together, although I'm not paying attention to much else. But apparently he put it together faster than I did. I'm not mad at that. Because it gives me a chance to just go to town. This is the key to victory right here. Get the big men and big girls on the other side, and then you just start wailing away at the head. I did the math eventually. I learned that this is not a good thing to do. I was going to say, I've done the math. What you can do is you hit your regular attack, just a draw attack. You tackle, you great charge. You have enough time then to do another draw attack and another level 2 strong charge, and then it gets up. Every time. Every time. I did the math. That's how it works. Trust me, I did that fight enough. That's exactly how much time you have on that. Well, shouldn't you just, like, skip the first draw charges then and go straight to the true charge? Yeah, I tried it. It's a lot more hit and miss. I think 1 out of 4 times I got it right. The other 3 times, I just did a hell of a lot less damage. Possible, like I said, but, if you screw it up, you get a hell of a lot less damage. So, remember that. This time I don't think I'll get that much because I wasn't even near the thing when it started, but we'll see how much I can get out of it. Did I even try for the... Well, I don't know why I'm deciding to do this again. It didn't work the last time. Well, I guess it kind of worked this time. I just didn't really expect it to. No. That's actually a really good time to hit him. You know, assuming you don't just do that. I can't wait till you guys see me when I was actually competent in this fight. That'll be a sight to see. Because I'm sure you're going, are you competent in this fight? You sure don't look like you ever will be. Oh, I will be eventually. It might take that move. Yeah, I'm starting to recognize it a little bit. See, I'm starting to get better before your eyes. I was wondering, what is he doing over here? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm getting it. Run! Jesus. Well, stop pushing me. Oh, it missed by a matter of feet. That sucks. It happens, but it sucks. Yeah, just dive on the lava. I mean, I'm sure just exposing more of your body mass to it's not going to make it worse or anything. This is greedy, and I almost actually worked. Well, aside from I got pushed a little bit, but whatever. I think it was this actual fight is when I realized, holy crap, there are boulders on the ceiling. To this day, I've still not really recognized that there are boulders on the ceiling in the Valhazak room, because who the hell needs to use boulders on Valhazak? Also, because I never look up on the ceiling. You might remember I said this earlier. I don't look on the ceiling that often. Move. It is not moving in the right direction. I guess I should have said tackle. Tackling's not a bad idea when she does that, unless you follow up with this. Early, too early. I'm lucky that tail didn't clip me. Normally it does. But yeah, if she's not weakened, you gotta hit her in the chest. I think is how that works. Obviously, sitting in lava, not ideal unless you have a flame mantle, but I have a flame mantle, so it's all good, right? Yeah. I don't think... just because you can doesn't mean you should. Yeah? Well, yeah. Okay, now I probably shouldn't. I think she's about to do the big old tail sweep. Yes, she is. But thankfully I'm in the right position so I could get 2 hits on the horn. And this is just going to do piddly nuts damage, but hey, it's another 100-something damage. I'm sure some people are going to go, oh my god, 100-something damage. I'm like, oh, only 100. Like a big hit for a longsword is like 80. Not including the big Iten Mitsurugi style acrobatic stupidity. I mean, that does like 400, 500 damage. But, you know, on a regular hit, that's a pretty big hit for a greatsword. This is not going to work at all. I cannot believe that worked. I don't think it should have worked. I think I just kind of... I don't know, but I don't think that should have happened. I'm pretty sure I should have been just, rolled over there. Tackle. Well, this is not a good time to tackle, like I said. What am I going to do now? I think it's one of those, well, you didn't get squashed. You didn't really help anything, but you didn't get squashed either kind of situations. Tackle or roll. Well, you didn't do either one of them. Oh, man, it's painful watching myself not know what I'm doing. Because this was, yeah, the second or third time we'd ever fought him, I think. So, I was just kind of going, I don't know what I'm doing, except I'm hitting the head. Now, that was just shit. That was just shit. And I say that because I just watched it happen again, and I don't think I was really in the hitbox, which I don't think the hitbox should have been on that side of it anyway, but apparently it was. This is not a good place to be, by the way. Yeah, I realized this. Yeah, that's a very big, wide arc. I don't like it. But don't worry, at least it's doing the same thing again. While I have to heal. I wasted that completely. This is not going to work out well. Actually, it almost did. That's what I was attempting to do before. The only problem is, I guess I did break something. I was going to say the only problem is I didn't really get anything productive. Run backwards. Yeah, that's how you do it right there. You got to be in the right positioning with the greatsword in this fight. Otherwise, you're as useless as a hole in a submarine. You're not very good if you're not in the right place. Okay, to be fair, I didn't think after he transformed he'd still be fighting, okay? This is the first time I'd seen this transformation. I didn't think he'd do that. Of course, to be fair, I didn't even know he was going to transform in the first place. Or she. I keep saying he. But I didn't know she transformed in the first place. I'm going to try for a true charge and... Oh, I was hoping to cut his tail off. Damn it. Okay, now we're going to Hell Incarnate territory for greatswords. I can't imagine it's I imagine it's a lot more fun for other weapons. You're going to see why it's not so fun for the greatsword. At least not for me. I'm sure some greatsword users go, no, dude, you just don't know what you're doing. It's not bad. Oh, yeah. I personally like having things drip on top of me. But you get plenty of warning. You want to remember where each of the dripping things are so that when you step back for your true charge, whoops, it dripped on you. Because you took a step back. It's really annoying. Stuff drips from the ceiling. This is not a good place to be. Technically, I think I die here outright. Well, I don't know if that's a good trade or not, but no, I didn't, apparently. But hey, I got the true charge off. By God. That's what's important in life, right? That's what's important. I got the damage in. I don't think the trade was worth it that time. I guess it'll never go on anybody else except me ever again. Or she, but she doesn't seem really intent on doing that. She seems intent on... Why am I going down into the fire? Well, I don't know why I went into the fire, but for some reason I guess I thought, oh, I can get around it without healing or something. I don't know what I was doing. To be fair, I probably wasn't in the best state of mind for this. But oh well. I never am when I play Monster Hunter, so let's head back down there. I guess it gives me a chance to show off the return route. Not that it's an especially fun return route. It's just a very long sliding thing. So if you never had one of those at your school growing up, I guess you'd get a new experience. However, in my school growing up, we had a constant one of those huge slides, so it was nothing new to me. Also, I never really remembered which way it was to go. I thought it was to the left. Oh, no, I guess that was some other time. But yeah, I remember going to the left going, where's the entrance at? That must have been later, when I just kind of completely forgot everything. Also, you probably should drink a cool drink, but I was like, I'm just passing through. I don't need no cool drink here. I don't want to waste it. You notice that shit dropped down? Yeah, that will interrupt you mid-true charge. That'll interrupt you when you're healing. That will interrupt you when you're charging. That will interrupt you when you're running around like a jackass. It will interrupt you anytime. Notice how it chooses specifically to land on me. And that's why I say this thing is horrible for greatsword users in this phase. Now, you could have argued, well, maybe Barok, you shouldn't have been, like, there. You should have been moving. Does this look like a longsword to you? It don't look like no longsword to me. I don't have whatever in the hell that's called again. I don't... Fade Slash. I don't have that shit. I have to... Can you go on somebody else? Oh. I almost ran right into that. Ooh. But I'm still apparently trying. Trying my hardest. This actually will work out beautifully. Maybe not so much now, but Barok, greed is going to kill you again. Oh god. Well, that actually didn't do me a damn bit of a good, did it? I was actually going to say, wow, that actually worked. Oh. Okay, bottom line, this phase, there's no shortcuts. There's no boulders on the ceiling. There's no nothing like that. You want to knock her down? You got to hit her in the chest with a big old hit. Of course, that makes it a lot harder when she just decides, I'm going to stand up for some reason. But, you know, if she hadn't done that, it would have worked out great, but it didn't. Here we go again. Except without charging it, it actually worked out better that time. Albeit I still traded, but at least I hit her that time. So it's making progress. We're making progress. You gotta think in good terms. You might also notice I'm almost out of restoratives. And you might wonder, Barok, why didn't you restore them when you went back to camp, when you died? Because we're on a timer. There's a very strict timer with this boss. That's kind of the name of the game. This is not a good place to be, by the way. Yeah, we're on a very strict timer here. And that's kind of what the point of this is. So, we couldn't really just lollygag around while I did whatever in the hell. This is not gonna... I'm gonna die again. Because she only wants to go after me. She really likes me. I don't know why, but she really likes me. And gotta love that. You gotta love that dripping from the ceiling when you're trying to heal shit. You gotta love that. Well, you need to be more paying attention. I want to look at the thing swinging at me. I don't want to look at the room behind me. That argument kind of falls apart. Oh, look. More screwing over of greatsword users. That's fun. I guess I'll just die. Because I couldn't really get out of it. I could have possibly maybe dove, but I don't know if dove actually blocks the damage from that or not. Yeah, this was pretty much the worst run I ever had on this fight. This is the worst it's ever going to get right here. I know some people are going to go, well, if this is the worst, I guess it might not be too bad. That's what my hope is. That's what my hope is. Oh yeah, I couldn't put it back. I couldn't put it back anymore. I had to do it. I had no healing whatsoever, and it caused me to die almost. Oh man. Every other phase is great for greatswords. The fourth phase is awful until you get really, really good with it, though, in my opinion. It's still possible to do good with the greatsword in the fourth phase. You just have to know exactly when to swing, exactly where to swing, and how not to miss. And you have to know every move she does when she does it. Otherwise, you guessed it, you're gonna die or probably get interrupted. Another good thing to have in this fight if you're using a greatsword is the steadfast gems or steadfast decorations. You might go, why? Well, in my experience in this fight, usually, as opposed to the things you've just seen, usually in this fight, if you're going to die by being stunned. That's in my experience. That's my go-to thing nowadays anyway. I like steadfast. Because if I ever do die, it's usually just because I got stunned. Not always, as you've seen, but usually. This is not going to work. I almost thought I got out of that. Also, if you're trying to hit her... Excuse me, if you're trying to hit her head with the greatsword, it's much easier to not do that. You still can do it. I'm going to show you one of the best true charges I ever had later. But it's very difficult to do much with. This is not going to work. I don't know if I'm going to die here. Again. That's how much damage that does. It just chunks your health. And Glasgow's in a bad way now, too. And I don't blame him. Not a good place to be. So I guess I'll just go and try and attack the tail, chop at that thing. I missed. Well, it ran. Oh yeah, we didn't succeed. But yeah, that was our best one of the day, and eventually we're like, okay, we've been doing this for so long. Let's give up for the day. I think he eventually killed it by himself because of all the what do you call it, the pursuit points and all that, and I still got the rewards, and I was really kind of like, what the hell? Why did I get rewards? I didn't kill anything. It felt like I felt like I didn't deserve it. But that's going to be it for today, for everyone. Next time, it's going to be me and Conceived Sorrow, and then after that, maybe a montage of the best Greatsword True Charges you'll ever see in that. If I can actually get myself to edit it out. So until then, everyone, until then.